The Roaring Twenties. New York City was a symphony of jazz, clinking glasses, and endless ambition. But in the quiet, residential neighborhood of Mosbath, a different, more sinister tune was playing. The year is 1925, and the body of Mrs. Eleanor Vance, a wealthy and reclusive widow, has just been discovered in her lavish apartment. The cause of death? Unnatural, to say the least. The scene is immaculate, almost too perfect, save for one detail: a single, muddy footprint near the doorway. Enter Detective HOKO, a man whose sharp eyes missed nothing. He was a veteran of the Great War, and the chaos of a crime scene was a language he understood all too well. His first stop was the building's doorman, a man named Thomas, whose nervous demeanor immediately raised HOKO's suspicions. Swore he saw no one enter or leave Mrs. Vance's apartment that night, except for her usual evening delivery boy. But when HOKO pointed to the mud on Thomas's own boots, the doorman's story began to crumble. He admitted he had a side business, selling illicit liquor, and had made a late-night delivery, leaving that muddy print. He was scared, but he insisted he never went near Mrs. Vance. HOKO, sensing the doorman was hiding something, but likely not murder, turned his attention to the victim's life. Mrs. Vance was known for two things: her immense fortune and her breathtaking collection of jewelry. Her most prized possession was the Star of Mosbath, a diamond necklace of legendary value. HOKO learned that Mrs. Vance had recently changed her will, leaving the bulk of her estate to a local cat shelter, much to the dismay of her relatives. The family was a cast of characters, straight out of a novel. There was the distant nephew, a gambler, drowning in debt. There was the bitter niece, who felt entitled to the family fortune. And then there was Arthur, Mrs. Vance's grandnephew, a seemingly devoted young man who visited her regularly. He was the one who discovered the body. He appeared devastated, weeping openly as he spoke to HOKO. He spoke of his great-aunt's kindness, her generosity, and how he would miss their weekly chess games. But something about Arthur's story felt rehearsed. HOKO pressed him for details about the last time he saw his great-aunt alive. Arthur claimed it was 2 days prior. Yet, the medical examiner placed the time of death within the last 24 hours. A small inconsistency, perhaps, but HOKO's instincts screamed otherwise. He requested a search of Arthur's residence. In Arthur's modest apartment, tucked away in the back of a sock drawer, HOKO's men found it. Not the necklace itself, but something just as damning: a pawnshop ticket, dated for the previous evening. The item description was vague: assorted jewels. HOKO knew this was his break. He confronted Arthur with the ticket. The young man's grief-stricken mask shattered, replaced by a cold, calculating glare. His confession spilled out. He hadn't planned to kill her. He'd gone to her apartment to beg for a loan, to cover his mounting gambling debts. When she refused, citing his irresponsibility, a heated argument erupted. Arthur, in a fit of rage, pushed his great-aunt. She stumbled, hit her head on the marble fireplace, and didn't get back up. Panicked, he saw his chance. He staged the scene to look like a robbery gone wrong, pocketing a handful of her less famous, but still valuable, pieces of jewelry. The Star of Mosbath, the grand prize, was still hidden in the old woman's secret safe, a combination only she knew. Arthur's greed had driven him to murder, but his impatience had been his undoing. He couldn't even wait a day before trying to cash in on his crime. The case of the Mosbath murder was closed. The doorman was cleared, the nephew's gambling debts remained his own problem, and the cats of Mosbath were about to become the wealthiest felines in New York. As Detective HOKO stood on the rain-slicked street, he lit a cigarette, the smoke curling into the night air. In a city of dreams, he was a constant reminder of the nightmares that lurked just beneath the glittering surface. The Roaring Twenties raged on, but for one family, the party was definitively over. Thanks for watching this trip back in time. If you enjoy vintage mysteries and true crime stories, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next investigation. See you in the next one.